Welcome to the next video in the Discrete Math series, and this is the solution video for the exercises introduced in Lesson 2 on negation. So let's recall what the exercises were. The very first one was the proposition the computer is running. Again, we are to determine the negation in the most natural possible language to begin with the proposition that the computer is running. Its negation is pretty naturally, the computer is not running, right? So there's not a lot that you can do to make that more natural than it already is by just kind of putting the word not in the appropriate place. And I see yet again that I have a typo. I think there's going to be a lot of those because the software that I use to edit these things, sometimes certain parts of it cause like a single key press to like fire twice. So anyway, so the sentence or proposition is you will fail the exam, or sorry, you will pass the exam. That was the original. And it's negation because we know that when it comes to passing, passing an exam, it's somewhat built into the word that if you do not pass, then you fail. There's just the two possibilities generally for an exam. So the most natural way to negate this, you could say you will not pass the exam, but it's a little bit of an improvement to say that you will fail the exam. Next, the original sentence is that Mr. Borks is older than Moxie. The negation is Mr. Borks is no older than Moxie. So again, you could have made a sentence where you just said something like Mr. Borks is not older than Moxie, and that's fine. But it's a slight improvement, and I guess this one is very subtle, so there's not a big difference between the two, but that is a slight improvement over the alternative. And let's not forget that at the very end, I tacked on this one extra symbolic exercise, which is the original proposition 2 plus 3 is greater than 7. And its negation could be written using the principle that I talked about last time by writing just a slash through the greater than symbol. That is technically acceptable. So we could write 2 plus 3 is not greater than 7, but again, there's a bit of an improvement. We just understand it and speak it and think it a little bit more naturally if we instead equivalently write it as 2 plus 3 is less than or equal to 7.